Some might think buying a house in 2023 is not a good idea based on the interest rates, making home ownership a bit more challenging than it used to be. Now, rent is on the hike. That's the flip side, right? The cost of rent is unbearable. Now, in today's video, I will help you to make a confident decision of whether or not you should buy or whether you should continue to rent. If you're new to me here, my name is Yashika Turner. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please go ahead and hit the subscription button right now. And while you're at it, please hit the notification bell. Now, let's get right into it. So, number one is financial readiness. How are you financially prepared for home ownership? Now, I must admit that home ownership comes with responsibility, and you need a backup plan, always having extra saving, not to mention the closing costs, the down payment, maintenance, and all that stuff that comes with home ownership, right? So, how are you financially ready to step into home ownership? Do you have that 5% down payment ready? Do you have that closing cost ready? And if you haven't yet seen my previous videos, I've done videos on the steps you need to meet with your mortgage agent to get approved. And also I've done videos on the process and the steps of home ownership. So I would advise for you to go and check out those videos after watching this one, of course. And if just in case you're wondering, I'm your local real estate sales representative. Now, I'm not just gonna provide information from a realtor point of view. I'm also providing information being a homeowner, right? So you will see the pros and cons throughout this video. So as I just mentioned, your financial readiness. Do you have an emergency money saved up just in case something happens with mortgage in the first year or 6 months or something like that? For example, I remember when I bought, I don't remember if it was this house or the first house, but there was one point in time where we had family members coming over, and in the midst of that, our fridge stopped working. Can you imagine? The fridge stopped working? So you know what we had to do? We had to go to, I think it was Leon's or one of them, and we had to purchase a brand new fridge in the midst of everything that was going on, right? So those are the things that pop up when it comes on to home ownership. If you were in a situation that I was renting, I could call the landlord and said, hello, hi, the fridge is not working. And guess what? The landlord would have to replace that fridge. So that's the pros and cons when it comes on to home ownership and your financial readiness. Any day, without any warning, something breaks, something needs fixing, and you will be responsible for replacing that item, equipment, roof, AC, furnace, whatever it might be. So you need to have not only the money for the purchase of the house, but for emergency maintenance of your new home as a homeowner. Now, number two is your personal readiness. How ready are you personally? What do you want? Do you want that peace of mind to say, yes, this is my house. I can paint it of any color I want without asking anybody any permission? Being a healthcare worker as a nurse, as I am a nurse and a realtor too, I can relate coming in from a night shift 7, 8 a.m. and you live in an apartment and you have people making noise, running in the hallway, people beating your door, coming to the wrong door, waking you up. That piece, that is so irritating and so annoying. I remember when I transitioned into home ownership from renting, it was just such a great peace of mind. I could sleep in my bed in peace with no disturbance. You have the neighbors. It was a townhouse, but although it was a townhouse, I could go upstairs, I could go down the basement, I could go in the living room, anywhere where I could not hear my neighbor. Rather than if I was living in an apartment, I would be so restricted and being disturbed throughout the daytime. Yes, nurses sleep throughout the daytime. So it's that peace of mind. So you need to ask yourself, what do you need? Can you handle the responsibilities that comes with home ownership, right? Or you're just like, no, I'm not ready yet to handle when the pipe start leaking, when the toilet stop flushing, or when you need a new fridge, you can just call the landlord. Are you ready personally? What is your personal readiness of maturity of taking on that responsibility? So that's number two, personal readiness. How are you ready? Number three is location and flexibility. Where are you when it comes on to stability? Are you stable with a job? Are you stable in a specific location? Or are you still exploring life? Right? So, for example, are you free, single, disengaged? And you're like, if my job asks me to move to another province, move to another city, I'm willing to pack up and move. If that's the case, then renting might be your best option, right? But if you are in the space where you are now stable in a job, your kids are stable in school, and you're like, yes, this is a place that I want to be, and this is the place that I want to purchase my home. For example, again, when I just landed here in Canada, I was in Mississauga and I was contemplating. I wasn't sure, so I was in the experimenting of different cities and different areas. So at that time, I wasn't really stable in one city. But then after I moved to Hamilton and I've been in Hamilton for a while, I decided, you know what, this is it. This is home for me because the house prices were more affordable compared to the GTA, Mississauga, Brampton, and that side of Ontario, right? So again, you need to assess and see, is this a stable time in your life where you're like, yes, this is it. Now it's time to settle down and live here. Or you're still exploring, still freelancing, working from home where you can go here or there. So you decide that one, the location and the flexibility. Now, the other thing to consider is what is going on in the real estate market. Now, currently, we know that the interest rates are high. When the interest rates are high, we have so many other people waiting for the interest rate to come down, right? When the interest rates come down, the house prices usually go back up. And not only that, there are more competition because all who are on the sideline and just waiting, ready, set, and then as soon as the interest rates drop, everybody just go hit the green light and go. Do you want to be in that rat race, or do you prefer to have the option of shopping around and choosing the ideal home that you want at this time, right? Later down, you can refinance and you can get it at a lower interest rate, right? So looking at the real estate market, look and see, does this feel like the right time? Because you know what? There is never a right time. Never a right time. There is a seesaw thing when it comes on to real estate. Interest rates are high and the prices are lower. When the interest rates go down, the prices go back up and there's more competition, more bidding wars, and you get frustrated, putting in offers and getting denied. I remember again, for example, when I was purchasing the first house, right? I did 5 offers before one offer was accepted. That was 5 different properties because it was in the competitive season of house shopping, right? That was in like 2015 where the market was hot, right? So it was a seller's market during that time. So the house prices was affordable, but there was a lot of competition. Now, when we bought the second house, it was a buyer's market because there was less competition. So I could pick, choose, and refuse, right? We got this one, and I think we were the only one who put the offer on this house, and we got it. I think we even got it below the listing price. I believe. If not below, it was like, closer there. But we didn't have any competition. While in the other house, it was a competitive market. So you have to look at your pros and cons. What do you want? Right? Look at your market. If you go and you sit with your mortgage agent and you see that you can afford what you can afford, what your budget is, you assess, analyze your budget, and then you make the decision, right? So that's it. So the other thing to look at is the opportunity cost. What is the cost of paying the mortgage on that house versus the cost to rent that same house? So you do the difference in math. So say the house, say the rent is like $3,000 for a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom townhouse, and that is a rental, and the mortgage is $4,000. Yes, that's a little bit more, but hey, you're building equity within that house, right? Later down, you can refinance, you can pull that equity and you can invest in something else, right? You can pass it down to your kids, wealth building. You can pull that equity and buy another property, right? So you decide, you assess if you are in the position to buy it, why wait, right? Why wait? You can start building equity. You can start creating wealth early, building wealth. So that's it. I hope you had a chance to assess and analyze and to make a confident decision of whether or not you should continue renting or whether or not you should step out into home ownership. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for my next video. Bye for now.